Jim, welcome to the morning show and a very happy Tuesday to you.
Good morning, Brian. Happy Tuesday.
Thanks.
You had on Charles Tassel yesterday.
Yes, sir.
Going to be running for Winstrup's seat. Of course, Winstrup no longer lives in our district, which may be part of the problem. And I'm on the Central Committee, and it's kind of in chaos right now. And I don't know that Tassel's helped in any. He was just elected earlier this year to replace the previous chairman of the party in the county.
Yeah.
And if I have my way, we will elect Thomas Massey and let him vote twice, because we haven't had anybody that really follows the Constitution here for my representatives for a long time. And Winstrup certainly didn't follow the Constitution. He followed the dictates of the party in the Congress, not what was good for the country or what was constitutional.
In what particular realm and what particular area are you referring?
Well, money, spending. If the Republicans were in charge, then he would vote for whatever continuing resolution was there. If the Democrats were in charge, he votes against it.
Oh, I see. Okay.
Okay, he doesn't. It's as is most politicians. It's what's good for me, not what's good for the country or what's right. But we've got some problems in the county here within the GOP. The last meeting we had in October, which should have been preparation for the coming election, Corcoran, who's our Central Committee chairman, has a problem with one of our members who he's a pain in the ass, and he's from Union Township, but he asks questions that should be answered that don't look right. And one of our trustees in the township was running for re-election, and he, where'd you get all this money? How come somebody from Indian Hill gave you $40,000 of campaign contributions? No answer. Where do you work? No answer. And he pointed that up on a meme online, and he was. We wasted one meeting in September worrying about what he said, and then in October we got about 5 minutes into the meeting, and the previous meeting he was suspended or something. I'm not sure. But it was just problems, personality problems, and we just wasted the whole meeting. They tried to have the cops throw him out, and it's like the cops said, we can't throw him out, he's elected. And so we just wasted, nothing was accomplished in that meeting. So we got some real problems here in the party.
Well, let me just,
did nothing to stop it.
You're talking about Clermont County politics, right? You mentioned Claire Corcoran, and you mentioned Russell Mox, who are obviously dealing with Clermont County.
Not Claire, it's her husband.
Jeff.
Yes.
Yeah, I know both of them very well, and this doesn't matter, but I consider them both dear friends. I've known Claire since I was, I think, a freshman in college. Used to work with her in domestic relations court, and I think the world of her, and I think Jeff's a good guy, too. But I guess, more fundamentally, how would you have done it differently? What would have been a better result or better outcome or better handling of a meeting? I mean, if you can't arrest him, can't throw him out, he's an elected official, do you sit and address all of his questions and waste a meeting? I'm using my quote things with my fingers here, or... I don't know. As moderator of many meetings over the years, I always establish rules up front, and then you have to be forced to stick with them. There will be no talking over each other. You'll be allocated a certain amount of time. There'll be a clock on it. Whatever the rules require, you have to follow through with them. But I guess in terms of how it could have been done differently or better, obviously these are problems that need to be addressed by the elected officials. What would Jim have done under the circumstances?
We would have addressed them instead of trying to sweep them under the rugs. And we don't want to hear this, so... no talking about this. Well, it's a question. It's like we're not allowed to talk about Gene Schmidt being bribed by the Turks, her taking money from whatever. We've got people in there.
I guess I know that argument, at least insofar as Gene Smith's concerned, but Clermont County voters elected her. It's water under the bridge. Yeah. What's the point of rehashing something that happened previously?
Well, a lot of these people are on the Central Committee just so they can be elected. They don't care about what's right or what's wrong.
Then you need to run for Central Committee and get on Central Committee and change the dynamic.
Well, I'm on the committee, and we can't do a thing about it because we're not allowed to talk about stuff.
Well, you're here talking about it.
Well, no, it's like we're not going to talk about this and shut down the meeting.
All right, I'm really not quite sure, where the problem lies. But listen, in these politically charged times when people have a lot of opinions and everybody demands to be heard and have their issues addressed, sometimes there's got to be an adult in the room to say no. Beyond that, I don't know, because I'm not that deep into the weeds, most notably within Clermont County politics. But if more people ran, competent people ran, but people with a sense of decorum and a good, strong motivation to help the citizens of Clermont County, maybe you get a better central committee makeup and you wouldn't run into these problems. Don't know. But you got to deal with the hand you're dealt. You got to work with the people who are elected. You got to deal with the realities of the elected officials. That's what the voters have decided. Even if it's only a small percentage of them that showed up at the polls to vote, that's the will of the people, at least insofar as the vote is concerned. So I'm sure there's someone on the other side is going, no, Jim is wrong, and it's actually this way. But I don't know because I wasn't there, and I'm not familiar with the specifics of any given issue. Apologies for that. Just can't stay up on everything.